We are wrapping up December with an energy check-in for the sign of Capricorn. Let's see what the universe has in store for you. My name's Crystal, and this is Tranquil Ascending Flow. These readings are for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and cross watchers are welcome. I've pulled some pre-shuffled chakra oracle cards, and I have sent Reiki to the areas that need healing. If you're ready to receive, simply say I accept or nod your head. And if not, just say no, as our intention guides this process. Now let's dive in to see what the energies are closing out this month and this year. The first card I pulled, 21, which reduces to a 3, confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride, self-esteem. The second card I pulled, 45, which is a 9, intelligence. This is our crown chakra. Education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility. And then the last card I pulled is 11. So you may be seeing 1111. Feelings, expression, moods, and balance. This is the sacral. And I've sent Reiki energy to all of those areas for your highest good and highest timeline. That's always my intention. If you did choose to accept, please drink a lot of water to cleanse out your energetic body. Okay, let's see where we go. Spirit, for the sign of Capricorn, what is their current position, please? Love this. First card out, 21. First card out, 21. So you're seeing 33, or possibly 333. The flower of life, I feel like connecting with sacred geometry. This reminds me of like the Merkaba activation. We are sacred geometry, and you can probably look it up online. There is a meditation where we are pulling energy from source to our heart, out through our hands and down through the root. It's called a Merkaba activation. So maybe looking into that, but you're closing out cycles. You've learned some tough lessons. I feel like you guys have been going through it and have learned a lot. You have a lot of experience you can now share and integrate. Maybe you have already done that. Good for you. Next card is, what is crossing Capricorn, please? Oh yeah. I'm sending you a huge hug. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, 3 of Swords. This is a dark night of the soul. This is grief. This is heartbreak. This could be 3 different energies. But she's got the attachment. The strings are tied around her. I feel like grounding, it's your element right now. Going out into nature, going outside, scream it out. Go somewhere where there is nobody else. Go in your car and let it out. Get it out of your body, and I promise you, you'll feel better. And my heart goes out to you. I've been through something very similar. So maybe the closing out the cycles was saying goodbye to somebody. That meant, or it could be 3 people that meant a lot to you. I think when we have physical death, the grief is us, there's a saying, it's love with no place to go, but I think it's more than that. I was doing a meditation, and what came through is part of us dies with them, right? The part of us that we were when we were around that person. And I think that adds to the grief. So really treating yourself with some love and compassion, doing things that bring your heart happiness or joy. In the recent past, oh, you're definitely seeing, wow. So 3, 3, 3, and 3, which is 12, which is a 3. Body, mind, spirit. 3 of Wands. This is telling in the recent past, maybe you've done some soul searching and you told the universe what you want to release and what you want to gain in the next cycle. And this is you waiting for that to come into fruition. The ships haven't arrived yet, but you feel the change in your body, or maybe you see it in your third eye or in your psychic sight. I don't know what you asked for, if it was relief, if it was connection. It could have been connection to the person that, if they crossed over. Near future is the Page of Wands. This is about learning something new. The Page is the youngest in the court, and what they lack in experience, they make up for in enthusiasm. They want to learn. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. They're very controlled by their mind. They're brilliant. And this may have opened up, and I'm getting spirit chills on this, so I'm going to say this is true. This loss may have opened up some psychic gifts, because when something cuts this deeply, the universe never takes without replacing with something. And it may not feel like, it's like, I don't care about this gift, right? I'd rather have the person. But I feel like this gift, you're going to end up maybe even teaching people about, tapping into your clairvoyance, and maybe teaching somebody younger once you have become mastered or experienced in whatever it is that you're learning. I'll tell you, 7 years ago, my son's father passed away. We were not together, but he's my friend. My son was 16. It was not good. It was very sudden, and I've always been very intuitive. I did not know that mediumship was part of that gift. And when he passed away, he started communicating not just with me, but with my son immediately. And he has been our bridge to identifying the gift and being able to start working with it. We hadn't had such a profound loss in our lives until that happened. And over these last 7 years, the gifts have continued to expand because I've continued to work with them. So that might be, it doesn't take away from what you're going through right now. It sucks. Grief is a motherfucker. Man down. That just went everywhere. And maybe that's how you're feeling right now. I feel like everything's kind of a message. Maybe you're feeling very scattered. Your energy's all over the place. And tapping in, connecting with the earth, fire, air, water might be healing for you right now. So if you live in a warm climate, go to the beach and get in the salt water. There is nothing more healing. I did this a few years ago. I was going through a dark night, and I went to the beach. I was living on the East Coast at the time, and I floated in the salt water for a few hours, and I told the universe everything I was willing to release and everything that I wanted to gain in the next cycle. The next card out, this is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So it could be one of those signs, maybe the person that has transitioned was one of those signs, and I feel like they're in a better place. 9s are the end of an abundance cycle. I mean, for this it is, but this could be different type of abundance. And there is a dove, so that's like representing hope to me. There is hope. You have resources around you. There are people still in your life, and it might be 9 relationships that are still there loving you through this, supporting you through this. And if it's not like a death, it could be, saying goodbye to somebody. That's grief, because it's the end of that hope. But focus on the relationships that are still in your life. This also does feel like it could be one of those signs, and now that person is watching over you as your guide. And if that's the case, maybe asking them for information. Our intention is the most important thing. So before you go to sleep, come to me in a dream, please. Tell me what I need to know. But it does look like either they're in a better place or you're going to be in a better place after you have released this heartbreak. And like I said, it could be 3 relationships, and you'll need time to process and grieve that. All right, the next card. Absolutely. This is how you got here. So I'm going to say it's something that happened possibly in between Pisces and Cancer time. This is the duality of a situation, the very black and white thinking. And as we know, most of the world is gray. It's very little black and white. This is going deep, shadow work. It's 18, so it's another 9. As above, so below. So 99 might be important. The moon to me looks like a portal. And then she's sinking. She's letting herself go. She's letting herself be pulled under by the weight of the emotion. She's feeling the feelings. And she's sending healing energy to the moon. So this can talk about dreams, shadow work, tapping into your intuition. I honestly, when I read for an earth sign, I always feel like you have earth in your chart, you need more water, and vice versa. And I mean, for any of the elements. But what I'm seeing here is fire, air, earth, water. That's what our body is made out of. And then you have your body in the middle. Connect with the elements. Oh, and I got spirit chills on that one too. Go outside, stare at the stars, scream at the moon. Go out at night, somewhere where there's not a lot of people, and just let it out. There's healing here, though, because light is being shown on the shadow. And it's like, do I choose to learn the lesson from this? What is the lesson from this? Because sometimes, I feel like for us it was a learning to let go, but also learning that just, physical death is just that, physical death. Energy can't be destroyed, it's only transmuted. So if the intention is to connect with this person, then you will have the ability to do that. And I feel like your gifts are coming online to help support that. Current attitude is 9 of Wands. She is at the end of a difficult cycle, and all she has left to do is step over that fence. Spirit is guiding the path. There were lots of lessons, but she's taking all that wisdom with her. She's lighting the path for others. So maybe you get through this or are getting through this, and you shine the light for others. You say, hey, this worked for me. It might help you. And then you can share your gifts. Next card is outside influences. Thank you. 5 of Wands. This is conflict. Aries, Leo, Sag doesn't have to be. To me, this feels like conflict in the mind. competing thoughts. And it's like the fire. You feel like you almost get there, but not quite. And these guys, they're brothers. They're trying to beat each other up, but they're not trying to kill each other. I really feel like this could be narrative or running the situation over in your head. Well, if I could have done this, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. That kind of thing, because everybody, that's part of the grieving process. I should have. Well, we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So maybe put the bat down. Give yourself some grace. I feel like there's anger and rage here, and rightfully so if you've been through something that's this heartbreaking. Okay. Goals and aspirations. Page of Cups. You've been coming through a lot too. This is use your imagination. This is how do you want this situation to turn out? What do you want your life to look like after you get through? And you never get through. That's a shitty way to say it, and I'm sorry. After you process, it's sitting with the emotions, connecting with water, letting your imagination go, but in a positive direction. If you could have any outcome from what has transpired, what would that be? It's when pigs fly. If you want to connect, this is a great card to connect. He's tapped into his feeling, his intuition, his dreams, his knowing. And to me, this is, honestly, if it is somebody that's crossed, there's energy and there's some feet above him. And it's like, you can connect. What happens is, and this is how somebody explained it, and I'm like, that actually makes so much sense. I went and saw a medium probably 2 years after my son's dad passed, and I was very skeptical. I still didn't realize at that point that mediumship was opening up for me. I did know that he was communicating with me. He came through a different reading, a group reading, and I had 2 people come to me at different times, I mean months apart, and say, hey, he came through in this reading and this is what he said. And so I went and saw a medium, and what she said was, when most religions say when somebody crosses over, we elevate, right? Because we're leaving our physical body, so we ascend. And what happens to the people that are left behind, especially if it was something that happened quick and or you didn't see it coming? I mean, and even if you did see it coming, they elevate, we tank. Our energy is as low as it's going to go, right? And they're up here somewhere. And we're grieving. We're focused on what we have lost, and they're up here. So a medium comes in, and their energy is at a higher frequency because they haven't lost anybody. Now, I don't know if you see where I'm going with this. The distance between the medium and the person that has transitioned is a hell of a lot closer than your energy and the person that has ascended or transitioned. And that's why they're able to tap in when we can't. And that's why, I mean, in that meeting, in 3 hours, I got more relief and more closure than I had in 2 years of therapy, because she knew things that I had even forgotten, things from when we were kids. So the singing bowls here, connecting with water, cleansing your energy, the bowls, Reiki, any type of energetic work will help your frequency go from down here. It will elevate, so the distance between you and them is a lot closer, and you will be able to connect. It may not happen right away, but every night, set your intention. I want you to come to me in a dream. And in the morning, before your feet hit the floor, I want you to write down what you remember of that dream and keep a dream journal, and you'll be surprised what comes through. And there are times now he doesn't visit as often because I know that I'm connected and I can call him in when I need to. But he has work to do. And a lot of times when people transition, they can do more for us when they're on the other side. They are limitless in their capabilities. So call on them. Tell them you want to feel them. And I know this sounds very specific. If this is not for somebody who has crossed, I feel like connecting with water, connecting with sound. Again, what do you want your future to look like? Because this is the time to ask. Cleanse your energy, connect with sound, raise your vibration, and let your imagination go. You are the creator. You know, we say in 3D where I need to see it to believe it, and that's partially true. I need to see it in my third eye in order for it to manifest in my 3D. And then final outcome for Capricorn. I'm sending you guys so much love. I mean, so much love. Did I have 2 flip? Yep. Okay. Let's see why. I'm going to take them both. 5 of Pentacles. So you have 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, which is a 10, which is a new beginning. This is feeling left out in the cold, lacking resources, feeling, you know, it could be grief, it can be anxiety, it's deep sadness. This is all about perspective. If she looks up, she can see that she is the key. And there are resources available if she chooses to change her perspective. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Bottom of the deck. Oh, this is the other card that pulled. This has come out in almost all the readings as well. Death and rebirth. The end of a cycle is always the beginning of a new cycle. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. So this is 13, which is a 4. Any other 4s? No. And to me, this is Scorpio. So this is the 3D world. And your third eye is illuminated. I feel you are a earth sign. Going outside, go to the woods, go to the lake or the ocean, take a hike in the mountains. But this is just a very small, our 3D expression it's a game. It's not, it's real, but it's not, right? And it's closing out. The way we've been doing things, cycles are ending and new cycles are beginning. And this to me is like the veil between both worlds. And this is where spirit resides, in the 5D. And so the 3D is closing out. However, the veil, it hasn't totally lifted. So you can't necessarily see the 5D that's behind it yet, but it's coming. And what I feel is this deep grief. And again, during this time, that's what started my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening. And now I can tap into spirit by setting my intention. Automatic writing is another really good way. And this is near future with the book. It works best in the morning or late at night when the rest of the world is super quiet. And I started doing this in the morning now. I journal at night and then I meditate before I go to sleep. But when I wake up, I only remember a couple things. And once my feet hit the floor, that's it. Forget it. And I usually type it into my phone. What I started doing is keeping my journal by the bed. So I'll type it in the phone and then I grab my pen and I set my intention. Tell me more about my dream. And then I just let my hand go and I don't judge what comes through. And always there's more messages. Now, if I want to connect with somebody who has crossed over, I do the same thing. And it's like you're interviewing this person and you're setting your radio dial. I always ask for protection from the angels, Archangel Michael, And then I ask to connect to whoever I want to speak with. And then I can ask them, give me some signs, some symbols that show me that, only I would know that it's you. Ask them questions. It's like you're interviewing the spirit. And then you put your hand, and you can even write the questions out with some space. And then you just put your hand down and let it go. And at first, it's going to be super sloppy, and, but eventually words will come through. And when I connected with his dad, he was asking me to cross people over. And I'm like, I'm just starting to awaken to these gifts. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't know how to do that. And like, I feel like I don't even know if I can do that. And so what I did instead, I just went with my intuition. I sent these names Reiki to lift their vibration, because I feel like once we cross over, we're holding on to stuff. And especially if we've crossed over and, it wasn't like you weren't sick and it was quick, then it's like they need to process those emotions as well. So I sent them Reiki, and I called in the angels, and I asked them to help these souls transition. And now when I feel a spirit or an entity that needs to transition, or if it comes through with automatic writing, in Reiki, it's just universal love. I'm sending you so much love to let go of the hurt, the disappointment, the betrayal, the whatever you're holding on to. And if you want to transition, great. Not my job to convince you to transition. If you just want to let go of some of the heavy feelings, the Reiki's there for that. And then just tap in and send so much love. They are, we're people too. And just because we don't see them doesn't mean they're not there and that they don't need our help. And I say all that to say, I looked at this card. This is the bottom of the deck, Aries, Leo, Sag. It could have been something that happened between Pisces and Cancer time, or Leo. And the King of Wands is magic. He's psychic. He's tapped into mediumship. He is tapped into source, and he knows his abilities. He's magnetic. And I feel like this is the rebirth, is rebirthing you into something new, so you can grow. There's energy coming out of his hand, as above, so below. He's nurturing the plant. I feel like you could be an energy healer. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. He's got his mind under control. So you have three of the four kings. You cannot even make this up. The king that's missing is your king, which is the King of Pentacles. And that's about our roots. This could have been a family member that transitioned. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But the King of Wands is psychic. He works with energy. The King of Swords is the king of his mind. He has his thoughts under control. He's sitting in a place of meditation. He's on the mountain connecting with his element, the air, and the earth. Bats, ravens, or crows, they are messengers from the other side. Bats or owls may be totem animals to look out for. There may be signs or synchronicities coming through in their signs. And then the King of Cups is the king of his emotions. He knows that he needs to balance between the earth and the water. He's a hollow bone, so Source, who's illuminated his crown chakra, which is one of your cards, can send information in. He can process it throughout his body and then release what doesn't serve. And you can look at life from a different perspective. This is a 12, so this is another 3. You have 5 threes, which is 15, which is 6. So you're coming out. 6 is harmony. And here's you're becoming the Hierophant. Find a meditation practice. It doesn't have to be sitting or laying like this. Exercise, garden, play music. Do something that brings your heart joy. He's enlightened and he's happy. And now he can tap into spirit anytime he wants. He's the hollow bone. Justice is coming in. And I feel like this is showing you, this could even be roots, right? Past life stuff, who you truly are, your shadow, what you need to work on and what you need to balance, but it's thoughts. It's getting and trust me, I didn't meditate for quite some time. I couldn't get the thoughts to slow down. And eventually, I just made the commitment. I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to try. And if I don't, that's okay. That's totally fine. I can't get there, I'm going to give myself some grace. But new passion, new inspiration. The Knight of Wands is my player energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, but drum. So connecting with, it could be shamanic drumming that helps you get into the trance-like state of meditation. I thought you had, Seven of Wands, tapping in to your solar plexus, creating a protective bubble, and going into a state of meditation is how you're going to connect. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, put what you want to release in a burning bowl. And then put what you want to gain in the burning bowl and walk away. Connect with water, earth, air, and fire. She's walking away to the sun, to a brighter future. Gemini and Sagittarius, you're going to find balance between the masculine and feminine within you. And live a heart-centered life. Something that brings your heart happiness and joy. And you're going to have enough to go around and to share. There are riches. There are good things are going to come from this. And I know it probably does not feel like that right now. But this is Ask the Universe. The world is at your feet. Master all of the elements, the Emperor, sitting in your power to bring balance and harmony. This is a Cancer card. I feel like this for you is possibly balance within, between the masculine and feminine, and maybe bringing you to a place of acceptance, because when you do connect, you're going to be overflowing with love and gratitude. And your new truth is coming in. You're ending painful cycles. And there's your card. King of Pentacles. So you're sitting on your throne now with all this wisdom and knowledge that you can share with others who are going through something similar. I know this was super specific. I'm getting spirit chills on my left, so I'm just going to go with it. If there's anything that I can do, if you want me to send you Reiki, I would be happy to. If something that I said resonated, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comments. I really would like to know what's going on and how I can support. I have been through something like this, and I know that there are brighter days ahead. It's just getting through this time right now, and I am here to support in any way I can. So I hope you have a happy holiday season. I know it's very difficult if you have lost somebody, and maybe just going into hermit mode and not doing the parties and not doing the family thing, and just taking care of you and your physical body might not be a bad idea. So if something I said hit home, please let me know. It helps me out as well. And I am sending you so much love and light. And until next time, I hope you take real good care of yourself.